Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, we take you down under to show you where Metro State basketball found its success.
We will bring you up to date on the current conflict going on in the Middle East.
And enrollment numbers are down. Find out why coming up on this edition of the Met Report. Welcome to the last summer edition of the Met Report. I'm Anthony Rodriguez.
And I'm Erica Lloyd. After many long hours spent chasing stories and working on production nights, all the hard work has finally paid off. We are proud to announce that the Met Report is the winner of the Student Achievement Emmy Award. Emmy Awards recognize excellence in the television industry across the nation. Our university TV station went up against 52 nominees, but only 2 remained as finalists. This is the 3rd year in a row the Met Report has been nominated since winning back in 2005 and 7. The Met Report has grown and changed since it began in 2001 when the show was strictly online. We've come a long way, and we'd like to thank everyone in the Office of Student Media. Special thanks to Stephen Haig, Elizabeth Norberg, Rich Strong, and everyone who continues to contribute to the success of the now Emmy Award winner, the Met Report. Thank you.
The Office of Metro Student Media is undergoing many changes. All office entities such as the Metropolitan, KMET Radio, and Metrosphere will consolidate under one new name and website. The Met Report will remain the same, but our Spanish newscast will be impacted by the change. We will keep you updated on all new information with a special news report that will air during the first show of the fall semester.
Colleges across the nation are seeing a dip in enrollment rates. We are checking on campus to see if this affects MSU Denver. Here at Auraria campus, MSU Denver is experiencing all-time low enrollment process this semester compared to other semesters. According to the National Student Clearinghouse, one influential factor is the retention rate among colleges, which have dropped to 1.2% since 2009. Low graduation rates of high school students and the fact that students are going back to work are also key factors. Unfortunately, if Metro students did not register by August 4th, they will encounter a $100 late fee.
I don't think a college education is necessarily for everybody, so if people are actually finding work in different fields, then that's all good for them. If more people aren't even eligible to come to school, they're obviously not going to. That's a troubling sign. So hopefully as the school semester really starts coming closer, then more people will enroll.
MSU Denver President Stephen Jordan was in Washington, D.C. last week to meet with White House and U.S. education officials. Representatives from Mayor Hancock's office, Denver Public Schools, Denver Scholarship Foundation, and Community College of Denver joined President Jordan in Washington to share successful strategies and brainstorm new ideas to make college more affordable and accessible for everyone. U.S. Secretary of Education Arne Duncan, who visited Metro State back in May, said that the bold action is needed to help lead the world in college graduation once again.
Downtown Denver's Auraria Higher Education Center is undergoing a construction boom that began a few years ago. Metro State's Hotel and Hospitality Center and the Student Success Building were recently annexed, and another Auraria campus project is about to be finished. At the western edge of the Auraria campus on 5th Street, AHEC is nearly finished with a brand new parking garage. This new 1,100 space, 5-story parking structure will offer motorcycle spaces and electric car charging stations and is replacing the surface parking lot that was there before. It will be fully automated at a rate of $4.50 per day and will require you to enter your license plate number on entry, which will give drivers the ability for re-entry during the same day. This new 5th Street parking facility is part of AHEC's master plan, which includes the eventual replacement of all surface parking lots on campus with parking garages. The new 5th Street parking garage is expected to be finished August 11th, which will be just in time for the fall semester. AHEC Communications Director Katie Brown says that AHEC will be handing out info on the new garage's payment system at the garage.
Fall semester is right around the corner, and so is the stress that comes with it. It seems college students are always stressed about something, and while having your stress in your life is normal and inevitable, you can manage your stress levels. Follow these 3 tips to learn how to keep your stress in check and stay relaxed during the upcoming semester. Don't stress about being stressed. Remember to eat properly and get some sleep. Following these 3 steps can really make a difference and keep you sane during the school year.
The best way to deal with the stress is to just go through it, just get back in that groove. It's going to be hard first few months, and then once you start getting that workflow in, it'll all come back.
Socializing helps a lot with getting back, talking about school with everyone usually gets you back in the mood for going back to school.
As if being a freshman wasn't hard enough, many new international students have to deal with first-year struggles in a completely new language while immersed in a different culture. Here's how Metro helps them start the semester off on the right foot. New international students who come from across the globe are coming together for International Student Orientation. The Office of International Student Services will answer all their questions at 10 o'clock a.m. in the Student Success Building, room 215 on August 11th.
So Monday, August 11th, we will be doing the orientation for international students. And it's actually a mandatory activity, but we try to make it fun for them. So we try to make it a social experience for them as well. So we go over all the information that they need to know in order to maintain their status. But we also offer opportunities to connect with other international students. One of the things that we do is have a panel with our continuing international students, including some members of MSU Denver Global Community.
For more information, reach the Academic Advising Office at 303-556-6167.
Want to make some music without breaking the bank? Today kicks off Metro's instrument sale. From 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., a wide variety of pianos, orchestral strings, and guitars will be sold at discount prices in the Arts Building. Most of the instruments are less than a year old, and all are tuned and ready to go. The sale takes place through Sunday at 5 p.m., and you can call 303-556-4049 to make a viewing appointment.
So Anthony, do you play any instruments?
I do. I play a little guitar, bass, and drums, and I'm actually looking into a new bass, so I'll definitely be on my way to that sale for sure.
Head down to that sale.
I will.
Well, it's still summertime, and that means we will continue to see the heat.
Here's Josh Cozart giving us the latest.
Hi guys, I don't know if you got a chance to take a look at the mountains this morning. Crystal clear, beautiful, picture-perfect Colorado day. Currently our temperature, we sit at 82 degrees here on the Auraria campus on August 9th, and we do have beautiful sunshine all across the state of Colorado. Our high temperature today, we're going to expect to see temperatures at 85 degrees, our low at 62, and currently we have winds out of the south-southeast at about 5 miles per hour. Let's take a look at our hour by hour for today. Starting off at the 2 o'clock period, we're going to see temperatures at 84 degrees. 3 o'clock, that's where we're going to hit our high temperature for the day at 85. That's going to continue through till 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, we're going to start to drop off with a high of 84 as well during that time. And then you know, the story progressively drops as the sun does. Let's now take a look at pollen. We got good news for you folks out there who have been suffering from trees and grass. They're both going to be, actually trees non-existent today, grass, they're going to be low. But if weeds are what give you the problem, today might be a little bit of a hard time for you outside. Now tomorrow we're going to be seeing temperatures a lot warmer than today with a high temperature of 87 degrees, and we do have a better chance for some isolated thunderstorms to move into the metro area for our Saturday. And our expected low, we're going to see 63 degrees, and our wind shift from today from the south-southeast to the north at 7 miles per hour for your weather tomorrow. I'll have your full forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the updates, Josh. Well, Erica, I think it definitely needs to be noted with all the hard work that everyone's done here at the Met Report. Obviously, the Emmy, our third one, is really a testament to all the hard work that everyone puts in.
Yes.
I'm sure another one to come with all the great content that we put out, but for sure, everyone that goes in, obviously everyone in the student media office, it's a lot of hard work and definitely needs to be noted.
It was thrilling to win, and there are a lot of exciting things here happening at the Met Report.
Absolutely, yeah. Met Media, the new branding that's going on here. MyMetMedia.com will be the new website, so it'll be definitely interesting to see it all come together.
Can't wait for that.
Absolutely.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll tell you the big changes in Denver transportation.
And give you an update on the Ebola situation.
Coming up in sports, some former Metro State players are heading overseas. I'll tell you why after the break.
Welcome back. CDOT officials are advising travelers to avoid Interstate 25 as much as possible this weekend. Closures start tonight at 10 p.m. and will last incrementally through Monday morning. The closures are due to a major construction project that will open a fourth lane to north and southbound travelers. It may seem like a long closure, but CDOT says that by closing interstate just this weekend, a total of 20 construction days will be avoided.
After 3.5 months of imprisonment in a Venezuelan jail, an American man and his Venezuelan wife still await their freedom. Todd Leninger and his wife Vivian Ariasa were visiting family in Venezuela when they were jailed on alleged charges of terrorism, gun trafficking, and attempted murder. This happened amid anti-government protests against President Nicolas Maduro. Todd's mother, Barbara Leninger, recently said she is concerned about her children because many things presented in Venezuelan news media cannot be trusted. Although the families have contacted the U.S. government and Venezuelan attorneys, there is still no help in sight.
The conflict between Israel terrorists and organization Hamas continues to produce death and destruction for both countries fighting the war. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israel prime minister, warns the terrorist organization Hamas that it will pay an intolerable price if rockets continue to be fired. Currently, the Israeli military attacks Hamas tunnels within the Israel and Gaza border. President Netanyahu mentions he is open to negotiations in hopes of the conflict coming to an end, but the safety and comfort of the Israeli people are of the utmost importance.
And Hamas again will learn the hard way that Israel will do whatever it must do to protect its people. I call on all responsible international leaders and decent people everywhere.
Imagine being able to predict what will happen to your body based on scientific fact and research. The first commercial genetic testing company, 23andMe, is claiming to predict a range of things from a person's likelihood to develop Parkinson's disease to what color a new baby's eyes will be. However, the accuracy of these tests is not quite up to par because the data sets are still incomplete. Since the information offered by these tests could cause major consequences, the FDA has banned 23andMe from offering medical information at this time. However, the company is still able to offer data about one's ancestry.
A Colorado senator is facing some major charges which could affect his time in office. State Senator Steve King was charged Wednesday with 3 felonies and 2 misdemeanors for allegedly falsifying time cards, theft, and failing to report income as required of the state legislators. The Republican, who has served 8 years in the legislature, previously had worked more than 3 decades in law enforcement in the Grand Junction and with Mesa County. The theft charge alleges that he unlawfully and knowingly obtained $2,000 to $5,000 from the sheriff's office and the university. There are also charges that King allegedly altered a sheriff's office time card. King is scheduled to appear in Mesa District Court on August 18th.
Well, football season is upon us once again. The Denver Broncos began training camp last week. After an eventful offseason, Broncos fans have been anxiously awaiting to see what the big moves that John Elway made, how they'll play out. Training camp is an opportunity for rookies and veterans to compete for a spot on the roster. Though training camp is important for the players, preseason games are what really sets the final 53-man roster. The first preseason game was last night against the team that dominated the Broncos in the Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks, where Denver defeated the reigning Super Bowl champs 21-16. But the real test comes in Week 3 of the regular season when the two teams face off again in Seattle.
The Auraria Higher Education Center announces a new chief of police, Michael J. Phibbs. Having served as the chief of police in Elizabeth, Colorado, and being a part in the Summit County Sheriff's Office, he brings concrete law enforcement experience. During his tenure in Elizabeth, Phibbs held responsibility for budgeting, public relations, investigations, patrol duties, strategic planning, and more. The new chief was carefully selected in one large research held by representatives at Metro, UCD, and CCD. Starting next Monday, Michael Phibbs will begin his first day on the job. The Met Report wishes him the best of luck.
Arapahoe Park, the horse racetrack located in southeast Aurora, is now on the ballot to be considered a casino. Horse lovers and spectators enjoy the racetrack, but many people who live close to the park are worried this change could bring more traffic and drunk drivers to the neighborhood. Others, like the group, Coloradans for Better Schools, are for the proposal. If passed, it will raise over $100 million for K-12 education and charter schools statewide because of a 34% fee on all gambling proceeds. The vote will take place this November.
The summer is coming to an end, and like it or not, this means the fall semester is right around the corner. This also means that everyday RTD riders will start seeing the faces of the Auraria campus students crowding the buses and light rails once again. Just a friendly reminder that Market Street Station is no more. Instead of the RTD systems will be coming in and out of the newly reconstructed Union Station. For more information about Union Station buses, light rails, or routes, visit the RTD website at www.rtddenver.com.
Whether you admit to it or not, a lot of us are attached to our cell phones. Some people even go to extreme lengths to get a lost phone back. One teen in Germany took retrieving his phone to a new level. He dropped his iPhone in a pond, then he attempted to drain the pond with pumps and hoses into the fishing club's toilet. But this action flooded the parking lot and the police were alerted. Now the teen has to pay for the damages. Oh, if only they had an app for that.
Doctors believe they have narrowed brain cell research to determine how to deal with the presently incurable Alzheimer's disease. Studies into motor skill and cognitive senses are proving to offer insight into early diagnosis and potentially better treatment for the future. As baby boomers continue to age, researchers hope these new institutions show promise to slow down this horrific disease and eventually cure it altogether.
The World Health Organization has reported the current outbreak of the Ebola virus in West Africa is the largest and deadliest ever recorded. Over 900 deaths have occurred from 1,600 confirmed cases. There is no specific cure for the disease, but an experimental drug known as ZMapp has been developed with the hope of curbing the outbreak. ZMapp has been used successfully on monkeys, but it's never been tested on humans. But it does show promise as a possible antidote for the epidemic. World Health Organization spokesman Gregory Hartle cautioned it is important to keep in mind that a large-scale provision of treatment and vaccines that are in very early stages of development has a series of scientific and ethical implications.
Well, during my transit, luckily I never have to go south of Denver, but those that have to go anywhere near the 6 in Santa Fe, that is going to be really fun with that I-25 over the weekend, especially with all that weekend traffic we always know.
I live down south of Denver, and it was already bad this morning.
Well, good luck to all of you out there. I'm not going to be in there, but good luck to you for sure. Well, here's Josh Cozart with a closer look at this weekend's weather. Josh?
Yeah, guys, thankfully we don't have any severe weather tonight to give us any more problems on I-25, because that does not sound like any fun. But tomorrow, things could be a little bit different. Denver, we're going to see a high of about 84 degrees, DIA at 86, and Boulder at 85. Now, you see, I put up these two weather graphics of severe storms on either side of Denver, and you might be thinking, well, why is that? Well, over the mountains, we're going to see those thunderstorms start to build, and the mountains actually kind of sometimes tear up the storms. So as they're torn up, they're going to move over Denver, and then the atmosphere is really going to expand as we move out to the east, and that's where the severe weather is going to happen out towards DIA and continue to move out to the east. But Lamar, they're going to see plenty of sunshine for your Saturday at a high of 93 degrees, and out on the western slope, nice sunny, beautiful 91 degrees in Grand Junction. But for Sunday, different weather story for us. Pretty much all across the state of Colorado, we're going to see cooler temperatures. Boulder only 79 degrees, Denver also at 79 degrees, and DIA at 77. And pretty much all across the state of Colorado, we are going to be seeing some type of precipitation. Even Durango down here has a very slim chance to see just a shower or two for our Sunday. Let's now take a look at our national map and see what's actually causing all of this change. We got the stationary front that's moving throughout the entire country pretty much, and that's where it's kind of a tug of war between the cold air and the warm air, and that's what's really going to get a lot of these showers fired up to the east and to the south of the country. Now, for the western side, we have, thankfully, this high pressure system right over the four corners. That's what's going to keep our weather a little bit more tame for Saturday, although we could still see a chance for an isolated thunderstorm as well on Saturday. Threw in just a few little blotches of green that we could see up in the mountains for our Saturday. But for Sunday, we're going to see something even a little bit more wet here in the Denver metro area. That stationary front that was over the west, it's just pretty much going to dissolve away. And this big, long stationary front, it's really just going to weaken overall as this high pressure system moves in. And the reason why we're going to be seeing so many storms on Sunday is because of that monsoonal flow that's going to be moving up into our area. And we could possibly see an isolated severe thunderstorm as well. Let's now take a look at our 5-day forecast. Monday, we're going to see our high of 84 degrees, and we got a pretty good chance for some isolated thunderstorms on Monday as well. Tuesday, we're going to start our drying trend and our warming trend with a high of 88. Wednesday, warmest day of the week at 90. And then we are in the mid-80s with plenty of sunshine for this week.
Oh, perfect. We're getting a lot of good weather, but tell us, what's going on down in Hawaii?
Yeah, so Hawaii, actually a few days ago, they experienced an earthquake on the Big Island. And now they have a hurricane that's currently sitting over them. and they're getting ready for round 2 of another hurricane.
And the grandparents are on the Big Island in Kona. They experienced that earthquake, and they're obviously preparing for the evacuations just in case anything gets a little out of hand. They live up off the coast, but still,
That's
obviously,
good.
hopefully they can be safe for sure.
Yeah, and hopefully everyone's gotten the warnings to move to higher ground, and we just wish them all the best of
Absolutely.
luck.
Well, coming up after the break, Jhocelyn Avendano explores the Denver Museum of Nature and Science Mayan exhibit. We'll be right back.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was a little dancing, these things, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for EntertainMET is Jhocelyn Avendano.
Thanks, guys. It's a no-brainer to know that social media is a huge trendsetter. However, it seems that the people who have tried out some of these new trends have lost their minds. Teens all over the country are seen trying out these so-called challenges, but in actuality, they're just putting their lives at risk. The fire challenge is the new craze that has people talking and leaving me shaking my head. For the challenge, teens pour flammable liquids such as hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol onto their bodies and then light themselves on fire. The challenge has sent more than one to the hospital with severe burns. Other social media challenges include the ice bath challenge, where people are seen submerging themselves in a bath full of ice cold water. I don't know about you guys, but this isn't something to laugh about. But you know, something that is up for laughs is liberal funny man Bill Maher, who happens to be in town tonight. Host of HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher, widely known for his political satire and uncensored humor, will showcase a new set that will sure leave audiences flabbergasted. Make sure to check out this stand-up comedian show at the Paramount Theater tonight. Show starts at 8 p.m. and tickets start at only $55. And if witty political banter and sarcasm isn't your thing, then perhaps discovering the wonders of past Mayan civilizations will do the trick. I got the opportunity to get an insight on this great exhibit located not too far from home. The Denver Museum of Nature and Science has added yet another impressive and diversified exhibit to share with the public, Maya, Hidden Worlds Revealed. It showcases the intriguing culture of this ancient society along with their mastery in toolmaking, exhumed artifacts, and ritualistic practices that celebrate life and death.
So there's a lot of interaction by the people with this exhibit, as well as some of the things that you learn about the culture. I think it's one of the best exhibits we've ever had here.
I think it's great for especially kids that they get to learn about the past and know where half of the people on the other side of the world, where they came from, and just go back to the history.
The exhibit also has many fun and interactive games to teach young and old what it is to be Mayan.
I liked they had just making your own Mayan name, and I really kind of liked that. And Fire Shield, and his was Black Bat.
Museum lovers and patrons can visit this fascinating exhibit from now until August 24th. For the Met Report, Jhocelyn Avendano. Be on the lookout as something awesome comes your way. I think it's about time we took a look at what new movies are coming to theaters in this week's must-sees.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out. I wanna see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
If you thought Colorado weather can be scary, you haven't seen nothing yet. Move over day after tomorrow because another stormy flick is blowing into theaters. A movie about storm chasers going after tornadoes that are the size of 2 football fields and even catch on fire? What's not to be excited about? Stars of this film include The Walking Dead's Sarah Wayne Callies and The Hobbit's Richard Armitage. Keep your eyes on the sky and on the box office for Into the Storm this weekend. Another storm is rolling in, and it's looking more green than usual. I'm talking turtle green, guys. The beloved TMNT cartoon is getting a Michael Bay makeover, which means a lot of action, special effects, inappropriate puns, and of course, Megan Fox. The Cowabunga crew goes up against their knife-happy nemesis called Shredder and face their hardest challenge yet. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael nunchuck their way onto the big screen today, so don't miss it.
So they're aliens?
No, that's stupid. They're turtles.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about Into the Storm this weekend, and I'm sure Josh is even more excited than I am.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That is on my to-do list this weekend.
I saw an exclusive of it when I was in San Diego for Comic Con. It was actually really, really awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'd rather see that than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not in Megan Fox. So. All right. Well, coming up after the break, Myles Potter will give us the latest in sports. We'll be right back.
Sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
Now joining us from Met Report Sports is Myles Potter.
Years in the NBA, former Nuggets athletic director Jim Gillen is joining the Metro State family. Gillen will serve as the Associate Athletic Director for Facility and Community Engagement. He will also oversee the athletic training program. Gillen will oversee the operation and scheduling at the new Regency Athletic Complex. Gillen was named NBA Athletic Director of the Year in 2002 and 2008 and was also Team USA's trainer in the 2002 World Championship. Before the Nuggets, Gillen has been with the Denver Broncos and multiple high schools around the Denver metro area. From all of us here at the Met Report, we would like to welcome Gillen to the Metro State family. With school starting soon, that means one thing. Our fall teams are gearing up for their season openers. Let's take a look at some highlighted games from each sport. We start with our men's soccer team. They will open the season at home versus Hawaii Pacific. And then a couple weeks later, they will take on their crosstown rival Regis University at home, who knocked them out of first place last season. The Red were definitely looking for some revenge on their home pitch. Next, we have our women's soccer team. After finishing last season with a record of 14-4-4, this team looks to be even better. They will open the 2014 campaign at home versus West Texas A&M. This will be the first night game at the brand new Regency Athletic Complex. And then to end the season, it's two very difficult games. First being Fort Lewis at home and then the Colorado School of Mines at home. And finally, our 2013 RMAC Championship volleyball team. They will once again host the Colorado Premier Challenge, who brings in the top Division II from around the nation. This year, they will host Florida Southern and Minnesota Duluth. And then they'll go on the road to face in Alamosa to face Adams State, who the Roadrunners beat for the RMAC title last year. This will be a great season for all of the sports team, and we look forward to bringing you all the action here at the Met Report. After just missing out on a spot in the Denver Nuggets Summer League team, Brandon Jefferson and 3 other former Metro State players have signed pro contracts. Raul Delgado would be heading to Mexico after just one short season here at Metro. Delgado was a support guy for the Roadrunners, averaging 6.1 points per game and had 33 steals. His best game for the Red and Blue coming in the first round of the game against Tuskegee, where he had 12 points and 3 from behind the arc. Another guy is Jamal McClurkin. He's heading down under to play for Australia. McClurkin has a breakout season last year, averaging 7.3 points per game, and was huge on the glass, collecting 105 rebounds. In addition to those two, Demetrius Miller will be heading to Romania. Miller represented Team USA in the 3-on-3 championships this summer and has served as an assistant coach this past year with the Runners. He averaged 13.8 points per game in his senior season and was 40% from downtown. And last but not least, Brandon Jefferson will be heading over to Finland. As the Division II National Player of the Year last year, he averaged 21.6 points per game and was money from the charity stripe. He spent all 4 years here at Metro State and was by far the best player on the floor all 2 years. We would like to wish those four the best of luck and hope to see them in the U.S. sooner rather than later. Australia has been a huge part in helping the growth of the Metro State success. With 5 players on the roster last season, Coach Clark looks to bring even more on this season. Our Kevin Hall brings you into how the success all started.
Australia is home to some of the most dangerous beasts, creatures, and environments in the world. But the land down under is also home to some of the most dangerous basketball players, some of which call Metro State their home away from home.
This one, nice feed to Nick Kay, slams it home. But Aussie to Aussie, Mitch McCarron to Nick Kay, and the finish.
This past season, Metro State had 5 Australians on the squad, leading them all the way to an undefeated conference mark, the best win record in school history, and their second straight Final Four appearance.
Coming into it, we knew that we had a good team and we knew that we had a good chance again this year. So I think every day during the summer and leading up to it, we were just excited to play.
For years, Australian basketball players have been migrating from the Outback to the Mile High City, and it was former Roadrunner coach Mike Dunlap who was the first to tap into that pipeline back in the late 1990s.
He had a history even before he got to Metro State. When I was a player at Cal Lutheran, you know, I played with a couple of Australians, so I was very familiar, even going back to my college days.
And there's a lot of great basketball players that have come from Metro State. Coach Dunlap was obviously a big part of that.
Success came quickly with the arrival of the Australians, players like Lee Barlow and Michael Alcock helping Metro State to their first national championship, paving the way for future Aussies.
Luke Kendall had a huge influence on my decision to come to Metro because I played for the same club team as him.
I knew Mark Worthington. I've known him from the past, but just everyone else, you know, such as Luke Kendall and all that.
That first wave of Australians was just the beginning of something special, as names like Worthington, Kendall, and Wagstaff emerged to continue the proud tradition of Metro State basketball.
As long as we have an opportunity to go get a good player over there, we're going to go get a good player over there.
So many great Australians have made their mark here at Metro State, and with the success of the program, it's no wonder that Aussies continue to make their way to Denver year after year. For Met Report Sports, I'm Kevin Hall.
Yeah, as you can see, down under, I mean, that's been a huge part of Metro State's success. 2000 when they won the national championship, and again 2002.
Absolutely, and all these players going overseas, I know you would attest to it.
Yeah.
It's a real testament to Derek Clark and the systems he's put in Metro State. All these guys getting professional opportunities.
Absolutely.
It's impressive.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously like to see Jefferson stick with the Nuggets, but you know, that's still a really good opportunity overseas for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, handing the new system over all the other Aussies now, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
That's right.
Well, that does it for this last summer edition of the Met Report. For Josh Cozart, Jhocelyn Avendano, Myles Potter, Anthony Rodriguez, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Erica Lloyd.
And don't forget to visit us on metreport.org and on our YouTube channel, The Met Report. And be prepared for our Spanish show, Noticiero EntertainMET, to come live right before The Met Report.
Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we will see you right back here on August 29th.